everyone. This is Deborah Elena. I am a contributor for Just Slay online magazine, and I am very excited to bring to you a very exciting interview with a good friend of mine, talented artist, an artist on so many different levels, and I can't wait for you to hear what she's got coming up in store for you. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce all my Just Slay family to my good friend, Andrea Vocab Sanderson.
Hi.
Hey. Yay. So thank you, Andrea, for coming here onto Just Slay. We've only been doing this little magazine. It's not little. Speak life into us. We've only been doing our online blog zine for about maybe 8 months now. So we're still new in this game. And so we're very honored to have you as a guest on our little interviews, not little, on our interview section of our online magazine. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for understanding the power of words and the magnitude that they have, in our lives to impact our lives. We say things all the time and we take them for granted, but they resonate, they birth so many things. And I don't know if this is a faith-based blog zine or not, but if it is, then we believe in the power of creation. Yes. And that it came from everything that we spoke and what God spoke. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We are by Christian women for everyone. And we know,
nice.
You know exactly what that is. So
I sure do.
I think that speaks actually a lot to what you do. So getting into that, why don't you can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who is Andrea Vocab Sanderson?
Well, I am the Poet Laureate of San Antonio, Texas. And if you don't know what a Poet Laureate is, it is a officially given title by the city, presented to me by the mayor. I would have had an investiture service in City Hall. However, space, there was this thing called a pandemic that happened and kind of shut all of that down. But I still got my very official letter from some state representative that came to my house, and I was really happy about that. But anyways, I create initiatives. I am commissioned to write poetry. I'm a teaching artist as well. I do hip hop music. I do R&B music. I do inspirational music. I host events. And I love my mama.
Don't we all love your mom? Your mom is so cute. Her mom used to be one of my bosses back in the day. That's actually where I met Andrea. We used to work together way back in the days when I was young. I'm not a kid. And back then when we met, actually, funny story, I was introduced to her by a different boss, not her mama, because we worked different shifts. And the boss of ours, one of our managers, she was like, yeah, you're really gonna like this girl. And I thought she was only saying that because we were both Black. And I was like, okay, I'm sure I will like her because I go for everybody Black, but we may not have anything in common because
nothing at all.
Outside of skin color, like it's possible. And so we met and I was like, oh, okay, wait, oh, she's cool. Oh, she's funny.
We've got something in common.
No, we had
so many things in common.
So much in common. She sings, she poetries. I sings. I be trying to poetries, and sometimes.
Oh, you do it well, and it's on her album. She out here fronting, acting like she's not a dope poet. She's dope, and she's not supposed to tell people that she's dope. She's supposed to let other people say it for her. Yeah. And this is my time to say it for her. I know lots of poets, and I know poetry. I'm not lying to you.
Well, thank you. But I will say this, I was shocked because we were sitting in Andrea's office. The nature of the job required us to sit in the office all night and just chill and chit chat. And so we did, and we would just chill and sing, harmonize, and just enjoy Sister Act 2, enjoy Killing Me Softly.
The Lauryn Hill and the Destiny's Child and all of it. If there was a song and we could find a way to insert it into the conversation, we were doing it.
Absolutely.
That's just jukeboxes.
Just the best. Good times, man.
Yeah.
When things were before there was a pandemic.
Oh, be so simple.
Okay, anyway. So let me just keep moving. So, Andrea she said she's already the Poet Laureate. So that's one amazing thing. And you mentioned you are an amazing, you didn't say amazing, but I will tell everyone. She's an amazing singer, an amazing writer, an amazing hip hop artist. She is multi-talented on several levels. And She's an author. Andrea just put out a book last year called She Lives in
on
Music.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, que chulo. Called She Lives in Music. Will you tell us about your writing?
Sure. I was hoping I had a book laying around here, but I don't know that I do.
And
So I'll just talk about it a little bit. I am published on Flower Song Press. They are a press out of the Valley here in Texas. And you're probably like the Valley, not California Valley, like the Rio Grande Valley here in Texas. And what happened was I won something called the People's Choice Award back in 2019. And it was an Artist Foundation grant. Now they're the Luminaria Artist Foundation. And
okay.
Can you hear that noise?
Well, what do you hear?
Great. You don't hear it. Okay. It's thank God for Zoom suppressing things, because my dryer is singing its song of your clothes are dry. Okay, but back to my story. So I published out of a press in the Rio Grande Valley here in Texas, and I won a grant, an artist grant that I applied for. And really, like, I applied in the literary category. My friend Selena Gonzalez won in that category. However, they kind of pushed me over into this other category called People's Choice, where by votes, people could vote for you. And I asked people to vote for me. I was like, will you vote that I could win this grant? And all these people voted. I won. And I put out a companion project of an album called She Tastes Like Music and a book called She Lives in Music. And so it's available on barnesandnoble.com, target.com, amazon.com. You can get the book. You can get the album. You can stream it if you don't want to buy it. That's cool. Just get on Spotify, run my joints. Andrea Vocab Sanderson is how you find me on all these platforms. And yeah, it's been like a whirlwind experience. My life has been on this upward trajectory since like January of 2018. Literally, as soon as 2018 started, God just kind of catapulted me, slingshotted me, whatever. I've been catching up to the success that's been happening in my life. Let's put it like that.
It's beautiful to see, because you can see, I believe you that 2018 sounds about right from what I've seen, which is like, this girl is just blowing up. She's exploded. She keeps exploding. And I think it's a beautiful thing to see. Like it's exciting. And I had the honor of being able to sing with you back 2019 at Luminaria. I got to do some background vocals and
getting it. She was so cute in her little black outfit, black on black on black.
that she tastes like music is probably by far not best song, but one of my favorites. Not my favorite song. You know my favorite song, but that fire is my favorite song of yours. But She Tastes Like Music is probably a close second of just let me put that on and just vibe for the rest of today. It's fantastic. So
very my heart. Thank you.
It's really, really good. It's really, really good. And speaking of music that you have, the reason we're here today, Andrea has an amazing is my favorite word for you, I think. Amazing, Andrea. She has a new EP coming out like in 2 days, like 3 days. Dun, dun, dun. August 17th. Your new EP, Elevated, will be releasing on all platforms. And so I wanted to talk first about, I want you to tell us first a little bit about your inspiration for the EP, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the songs. But tell us about your inspiration for it. Where did it come from?
Absolutely. So I found out in March of last year, 2020, that I was going to be the poet laureate. And that was the exact same time that we went into shutdown. And so I was coming into a role of leadership position in a time of crisis in our world, and having to rise to the occasion. Around that same time, there were the killings of George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor, and all of those things happening, combined with the pandemic, combined with the 2020 election process. All of those things was just like a maelstrom of stress on people, and people were asking me left and right, speak to this issue, speak to that issue. What do you have to say? How can you comfort us, sing to us, rap for us, do something? And I was like, but instead of like freaking out, shutting down, I went into a space of prayer and fasting. In the process of that mural came about, the Elevated Melanin mural that we may be talking about later. But during that time frame, because the album stems from the mural that I did in August of last year. And I break that story down a little bit, but it was like, what is my mindset at this time? I need to be brave. I need to be focused. I need to elevate my mind. I need to see myself outside of these circumstances. And so I talk about all of those things in this little 5-song EP. Is 5 short.
All you need 5 hot ones.
Yeah, I give you these 5 hot, bang, 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 bang. And there's a song on there called Feathers. And the last song on the album is called Endurance Test. So that should give you a clue into kind of what the album is about. Just this whole season has been an endurance test. Like, you got to be strong to the finish. It's not over. Don't count yourself out. You may need to catch your breath. You may have to go from a wind sprint to a slow, gingerly pace of walking, but don't stop. Just keep your momentum, keep going. And yeah, take care of yourself in the process. And so that's what this album is about.
That's good. So let's go back. You mentioned the elevated Melanin mural in downtown San Antonio. And I know that was something you did in conjunction with the city. Can you tell us about that and how that connects directly to the EP?
So there is an art gallery called Centro de Artes downtown in San Antonio, Texas. They have this initiative they created called Art Everywhere. And it was a project to get muralists, painters, whatever visual artists, and get them to submit proposals for art installations to be put in the downtown area. One of the installations, I approached a lady named Andy Rodriguez. I was like, hey, we need some wall space for a civil rights, a social justice mural. Mm-hmm. And she was like, cool, I'll help you get the space. However, what if people were painting Black Lives Matter in the downtown area of different cities all over the nation? What if instead of us painting Black Lives Matter, we paint your words? Could you write us something, or do you have something in your, in your repertoire that could speak to the city to kind of encourage them in the idea of social justice along that vein? So I prayed on it, fasted on it, and God gave me the words, jubilant and exuberant is the melanin of our skin. From despair, we have arisen. And it was a prophetic statement that I was trying to make at that time, to say, we're going to get out of this. We're going to rise above all of this, no matter what our circumstances that we're going through, the despair, everything, any form of hopelessness or situation, that you have survived. You're going to continue, and we're going to move from this posture of surviving to thriving. Yes. And so I named the EP Elevated because I named that mural that we painted around Travis Park Elevated Melanin. And I wanted to just shorten it a little bit of it, because I don't want people to necessarily keep it in the context of skin, even though I do talk about that a little bit on the album. I want them to just know that we're spirit first. Our spirit is so much stronger than even this earth suit that we live in called flesh, and we've got to think outside of just ourselves and think about the bigger picture. And that's what Elevated's all about, looking at things from an aerial view, from a bigger picture. Just like when I did Sessions in Flight way back in 2012, I still this idea of we're up here.
Yes.
So
I love that. And I love that there's a direct line of connection between a work that I don't think it's, I watched another interview of yours, so I don't think it's no longer installed.
Yes, it was temporary paint.
They had to move that, but it is still up somewhere, correct?
Well, what happened was it was temporary paint. So it was non-toxic temporary paint. Okay. So it was going to fade over time. That is those 3 streets are highly trafficked because they're in the downtown area of San Antonio, and the bus line runs directly over that. Okay. Not just the Via bus, the Greyhound buses, so everybody travels on these streets downtown. Travis Park is a historical park in San Antonio that used to have a very racist monument to someone that's been taken down. So there's been a lot of protesting in that park. There's been a lot of historical things and monumental things that have happened in that park itself. So the words are around there. But now now they have done a tribute to that memorial, and they put it up in this alley called Peacock Alley that is directly tied to Centro de Artes or Centro San Antonio. So you could go to that, and that's not going anywhere. And then on top of that, there is a mural that I'm a part of at San Antonio Museum of Art that was just installed last week. And it has a snapshot of me standing there with my roller brush, having just painted the street.
In the yellow fly suit.
In the yellow.
Yes, that is wonderful. And on top of that, there's an EP so they can get the inspiration and the feeling while they go to Peacock Alley and look at the view. So that I love. That is beautiful. I'm just saying, if you want to do all the things, get the book, read it, go look at the pictures of the mural, what was left, and then listen to the EP. Do all the things. Support
that team's man.
Artists. That's beautiful. Okay, and so let's see. I have two more questions for you. First, where can we find you? I know you said it earlier, but I want to make sure that I have it in here again. Where can everyone go to find you, like on social media? Where can people go to book you? Where can we find you?
So I do have a website, AndreaVocabSanderson.com. In addition to having AndreaVocabSanderson.com, I have a link tree on my Instagram, which is Vocabulous. That's fabulous, but not vocab. It's Vocabulous. So VOCABULOUS. But I mean, honestly, if you go to my website, it'll take you, because there's a link that'll take you to my social medias, and then there's my Facebook like page. I don't do Twitter. I'm sorry, I don't even do LinkedIn. I should do LinkedIn, but I don't. So
LinkedIn's hard. I have a LinkedIn, but I never use it for anything other than, okay, I have a LinkedIn.
I think it's more so for business professionals to me. And I'm sure I could be using it to my advantage, because in some ways I am a business professional, but it's it's entertainment.
Yes, so it's supposed to be accessible to entertainment and artists and things like that. But it's mainly, all I ever see on there is stuff for visual arts and then for business. So thanks, LinkedIn. I don't know. Maybe one day.
We all have our likings, like the things that we like. It's like white or wheat bread, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for me, it's just Facebook or Instagram. I think you could listen to me on Spotify. You could listen to me on YouTube Music, Amazon Music, and like any of those, because, so I do digital distribution through DistroKid. And if you're an artist out there, I think DistroKid is the best one to use, because you pay them one flat rate per year. And then you can put up as many singles or albums per year as you want to, as many projects as you want. And everybody has different distribution sites, but DistroKid, they let you check off. Literally, they have a list of people that they offer your music to, and you can check off the ones you want, and the ones you don't want, you just leave them unchecked. And they help you. You could literally upload your entire album from your phone, as long as you have your files on your phone and you have access. It's such a user-friendly form to, digitally distribute your music. DistroKid, DISTRO Kid, KID.
Absolutely.
I live by it.
And in the age of recognizing how much these record labels and companies really take advantage of artists, it's really great when you can own your own things and when you are responsible for your own music. So when you use a source like DistroKid, you are taking all that, you're taking all that responsibility, all that ownership for yourself, and then you're the one in charge. You're in the driver's seat of your career, of your art. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for that educational piece. And that reminds me real quick, and actually segues me to my final question. Vocab she said it earlier, but she is an educator. She teaches, you do writing workshops and things like that around the city, and even around the state, I think, at this point.
The furthest I have flown is Abu Dhabi.
Oh, girl. Okay, I'm sorry, around the world. That is an international educator.
I'm just letting y'all know, like, if you want to book me in a foreign country, I'll come see you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, let me know if you need somebody to carry your bag, because I will roll to Abu Dhabi real quick.
And those troops were fine, FINE fine. I was over there like, did you have a wife back in the States? She was beautiful. Can I teach you some poetry, sir?
Are you sure you have a wife? Okay, maybe. Do you have a cousin?
Right. Is he here?
Is he here? Excellent. Well, yeah. So my question was, when it comes to yourself, and when it comes to kind of what you do as far as education is concerned, what's the future look like for Vocab? What's the future look
Sure.
like for you?
So I retired from my detention center job in December of next year for my birthday. I get to retire. Happy birthday to me.
Hey, happy birthday to you.
When it gets here.
Yes.
But I would like to continue with education. I mean, I have dreams of being the state poet laureate, and that's a steep one. It's highly competitive. And I would like to, as far as poet laureateship can take me, if I could be national poet laureate, I would love that too. But what's important to me is getting more publishing under my belt, teaching more. God is opening up some opportunities. I'll be flying to Vegas in September to do something to represent the city. I've been at, and some stuff we have to do on Zoom. The only great thing about this terrible season that we are in pandemic wise is that people have shifted a lot of things that used to be in person to online. So you could literally be online, but be across the world, teaching people or interviewing with people like this moment that I'm having right here. You could be doing it so many different performing at festivals and events, but all online. And you just have to figure out a way to make it work for you. There are resources and tools available. Even through DistroKid, they help you create like digital posters of yourself to let people know you have releases coming up, and just look for those resources. It's not easy, but I'm telling you, you can teach yourself to do just about anything on YouTube. There is a video for it. There is an app for everything that you want to do.
You are correct.
Straight up.
I love that. Well, I guess I can leave it this way. Are there any last things you'd like to share with our Just Slay audience? This is an audience primarily women, but men are also welcome here. Primarily, we're by Christian women, but for everyone. And we are just, allowing women people the opportunity to slay the demons, to slay their outfits, to enjoy life to the fullest, and to be the best version of themselves that they can be. Is there any last words you'd like to share, final words you'd like to share with us, with the Just Slay audience?
Yeah, listen to that internal voice that is trying to tell you, guide you, and direct you. A lot of times we think that voice is ourselves, but sometimes it's God, it's the Holy Spirit speaking to us. And you're like, if you don't know who the Holy Spirit is, just take a crash course on it through, any YouTube app. But basically part of us,
my DMs, I got you.
Right, we got you on these little devotional moments. But basically that inner voice is going to save you so many times from yourself and from forces not of. Listening to that voice, just sometimes I pivoted because something was like, stay home today, or go to this place today, or call so-and-so and check up on them. Listening to that voice is going to change your life, make your life better. Sometimes we discount ourselves. We're like, oh, I shouldn't apply for that. I probably wouldn't get that. Oh, there's like 18 other people who I know are more qualified, more educated, more experienced. Listen not to that, but listen to the voice that says, go for those things, or do the small voice inside, because I'm telling you, when I listen to that voice, it has gotten me everywhere that I am. And I've been able to do some tremendous things. You can watch my TED Talk and find out about it. I'm just saying, like, I've done some things, and it's because of the grace of God. And I don't like to talk about the things that I do, but I have to talk about them because they're setting an example for someone else.
Yes. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us today. I'll say it a million times, and that's never a lie. And I will say it a million times, whether you like it or not. You are one of the most talented people I know. And I am so proud to say that's my friend. I know her.
My boo.
Cool. Like,
that's my boo.
That is actually my oh. So
That's how much we're alike, y'all. It's sickening. Like, we would finish each other's sentences. She would start a song, I would end the song. We would find the harmonies and and people would be like, are y'all really this way?
It is always a good time. It is always a good time. But I do want to make sure you know that I think you are amazingly talented. I think you are a wonderful person inside and out. And I appreciate you so much. One, for taking time, because your schedule is busy, booked and busy. Amen. So I thank you for taking out some time on your Saturday to come in and chit chat with me and with Just Slay. And yeah, this is the end. I don't know how to end interviews. So
Thank you for your time, everyone.
thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for this. And we'll see you soon, hopefully in person, but we'll see you soon.
Praise God. Hope so. Bye.
All right. Bye.